Coach, you want to start off with an opening statement? Let's do it like in college.
It was ugly at the end, but we pulled it off. That was a good thing. You know, our young team like this just need to learn how to expand that lead. We had a 20-point lead. We just got to expand on it. But I'm proud of the guys. They didn't fold when the pressure got onto them. They didn't fold, and they pulled it out at the end, which is good for a young team. You don't see that very often.
Have you seem to move the lineup around a bit? Are you still trying to find the perfect mix?
Yeah, we're still tweaking the lineups. Just because the summer we didn't have anything, and that was when I usually, tweak the lineup, see what works and what doesn't. So we're still playing with it. I think we kind of found something tonight a little bit, but we're going to keep tweaking it. Again, it's going to be game by game.
Just in that fourth quarter specifically, you mentioned how you're worried about the guys being younger, but they did not fold.
Yeah.
What does it take to not do that? Teams I think had 23 in three quarters, and they have 34 in the fourth. What does it take to get past that for a team this young to do that?
Experience. I mean, like I told them, it's a process. I mean, every game we gotta get better. Every practice we gotta get better. It was the turnovers and offensive rebounds that hurt us. That's what really hurt us. That's when they got on their run. It wasn't so much our defense; it was our turnovers. They were scoring off of our turnovers. So we just gotta do a little bit better with the ball security, and not get too excited. I think our guys got a little excited about having a big lead. They haven't had that. Obviously, this is our third game, so but they'll get it. I'm confident they'll get it.
Is the ball movement where you want it to be? I think you.
I love it.
Assist on it every.
Yeah, I mean the guys share the ball. They're so unselfish. They're almost too unselfish at times, but they've done a terrific job gelling as a team in this short amount of span.
This year you got a whole bunch of new freshmen. I mean, that's quite a bit different than what you had last year.
Yeah, we're starting 3 freshmen. Actually, we have 4 freshmen that are playing right now, and we have 1 returning starter. That was Troy Arnold, and then Tucker saw a couple minutes here and there last year. But I mean, our whole point total was lost from last year's team, and these guys. We're asking a lot of the freshmen, and they're stepping up big time, and they're playing against senior heavy teams, which I'm really surprised that they're holding their own. Not really surprised, to be honest, but I mean they're doing such a good job right now, such early on in their career.
What do you like that you see from Federico? Because he's your main guy. It appears to be right now, and he's only a freshman.
Yeah. I mean he controls the ball well. He gets into the paint. He makes really good decisions. He gets a little soft here and there, but I mean he's a big part of what we want to do. He's our guy can get into the offense. He's a ball pressure guy, so we're asking a lot from him. I mean, as a freshman, and then he got everyone, Jaron and Drake and Colby. I mean, we got a lot of good pieces around, and I think once we start playing a little bit more, we'll get a little bit more comfortable with each other, and we'll figure it out.
You've got some seniors on there. You got Tucker on there. He seems to. I'm not sure if he's the team leader, but he seemed to take the lead in this game out there as to showing the other players how to be aggressive by going after the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing we really talked about today during our walkthrough was, Southern kind of beat us up a little bit. We had the opportunities to win that game, but they beat us up a little bit, and that kind of helped us grow up and help us, notice that we need to get a little bit stronger with these guys. Because every game's going to be a battle. So Tucker has been huge for leadership, and Troy, I mean, he's taken a huge leadership role as well.
Colby, three-pointers. Is he going to be your three-point shooter?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's shooting about 46% from 3 during practice, and Troy's shooting about 43% from 3 during practice. Troy had kind of an off night, but I mean, he's, those are our 2 main guys can really shoot the lights out right now.
And what's the biggest thing that you've seen positive from your freshmen? Because we already touched on that a little bit, but what are the strengths and what are the things you want to develop more with those folks?
I think the strengths, their ball handling skills. They can move up and down. They can move laterally. I mean, Jaron and Drake, they're 6'5", 6'8", and they can guard on the perimeter. And they can stretch the defense out. So if they go man, we can pull everyone out, or we can, Jaron's really deadly on the block. So we can mix up a lot of things. You know, things that we got to get better at, obviously, is we got to get stronger, and that's only going to come in time. But, you know, like I said, they have so many different abilities. You know, it can really mess with a lot of defenses.
I was going to say, you may be trying to gel your play with all your different players, but I think opponents will have a hard time figuring out what you can throw at them because you seem to be adjusting as you're playing as to who's going to fit what spots.
Yeah, we're going to have to. I mean, we have no scout. You know, we don't know what they're going to do. And us coaches, you know, I have a great staff. I mean, they help me with the adjustments. So we've been constantly adjusting during games, and we work on that during practice. We do in-game adjustments during practice, so they're used to making those adjustments right on the fly. And that's, again, as for a young team, 14, 15-year-olds, to do that with, you know, little seniors on the team that had a lot of experience, that's a hard thing to do. That's a lot to ask.
I was just wondering, in terms of bench guys or kind of secondary players, anyone that specifically surprised you feel like is going to be in a good position to contribute for the rest of this year?
Yeah, Griffin Hobbs. He's another freshman. He comes off the bench. He hit a big three. He does a lot of good stuff. Keenan Parrish. He's 6'10". This is only his second year of playing basketball, and he had a huge block and a huge rebound tonight. He has to, you know, I feel like he can come off the bench. Aiden did a really good job of coming off the bench. But with like Keenan, you know, we're going to have to pick and choose on when we can play him, just because if they go 5 out like they did tonight, obviously we can't play him because all the shooters. But if they have a big team, we can play a 2-3 zone. We can stick them in the middle, and we got Drake and Jaren on the wings. I mean, it's just a very, very big lineup.
I got one last question. You're probably going to ask this on COVID. You said you didn't get a lot of time with them during the summertime. What's been the hardest thing, and what are some of the adjustments that you've had to make to tackle the restrictions you have on you?
I mean, the biggest thing I think was this summer getting total buy-in with the guys. We would Zoom with the guys and with the team about 2 or 3 times a week, and we give them workouts, and we have them record their workouts and send it back to us, and we give them feedback. That was the biggest adjustment, not being able to be hands-on, but we were able to kind of like help them out and coach them a little bit during the summer. And then, you know, we watched film from last year's games to get them acquainted to what we're trying to do. And like I said, normally, like during the summer, we would have that, you know, and right now we don't. But, you know, the guys, they're adjusting perfectly fine. I mean, I'm really happy where we're at and the shortest time span that we've had as a team. I just think about what if COVID didn't happen, you know, what we could have. And in the future, I mean, the future is bright.
Right, especially with a bunch of freshmen.
Yeah, the future is very bright.
So thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.